Hello, my lovely angels. This is your girl Sim back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi. So today I have the first installment of your autumn fall fragrances. Now I have made a selection of non-ouds and ouds because as you are aware already, any oud will suit the cooler climes like any time of the day, right? So like when it comes to oud perfumes, you're just good to go. You can spray it like during winter, summer, especially during winter, like it feels better, especially if it's a smoky oud. Today, however, we are doing the non-oud perfumes meant for winter, fall winter. So now when you say fall winter, you immediately imagine something warm, something heavy, something thick, something that'll feel like a warm hug. And that's exactly what I want to do today. I want to give you perfumes that are strong enough to project during winter and also impress people around you. So let's start with the first one, which was a collection of perfumes I had done, but this is one of them. I favor this one the most because it is the closest to the dupe and closest to the original. This is the dupe. And I had done like a variety of different fragrances that were supposed dupes for Kilian's Angel Share, which I also have. Like I have like that carafe or whatever they call it, the small one, right? So this one is from Khadlaj Perfumes, Fede, Intoxicate. Now this perfume, that's the bottle, that's the cap, very pretty. You have that ambery thick juice inside, which is like, when you see this juice, you immediately imagine fall winter, right? And this as a dupe for Angel's Share by Kilian was the closest dupe. Now this one immediately gives me warmth. It gives me, should I say like Christmassy vibe, or not even Christmassy, it's like a fall vibe. So you have like a winter cabin, your fallen leaves, but at the same time you're next to a fireplace, you are staying warm, you're in a blanket, but then you have like caramelized apple around you, you have like some cinnamon treats, some cinnamon bread, and all that combined is this perfume. That's like the essence of it. So this is considered to be a amber vanilla. Unfortunately, it's not listed on Fragrantica. I don't know why Fragrantica is so behind on Middle Eastern perfumes. Like especially a house like Khadlaj, like I expected them to have like most of them listed, like because they are coming up with so many perfumes, like they've become internationally famous. So I don't understand why they're not listed yet. There are few of them like Harim Al Sultan, the oil which went viral, that's there on Fragrantica, but not these fragrances which are also like super popular right now. The top notes for this are cognac, lily of the valley, almond, bergamot, mandarin, and freesia. Middle notes of cinnamon, tonka bean, oak, lactonic notes, coconut, caramel, plum blossom, peony, and ylang ylang. And the base notes of praline, vanilla, amber, musk, and sandalwood. That's a lot of notes, right? But you know what? When you smell it, like you can like kind of get like all these fragrance notes except for the florals. I would say florals are like mildly there just to add some sweetness, some depth to the perfume. But this perfume smells very sophisticated. It smells very like posh, you know. It's like a super aged whiskey or something, you know, or cognac, like they've listed, like I don't know what cognac is, but like it shows like it's a dark liquid, so I'm assuming it's something that's aged for a long time. This one is like the closest to Angel Share, but it has like not an overload, but like a little more cinnamon than its other counterparts, which were Maison Alhambra's Kismet Angel Khamrah, which is going to come up in this video obviously. And then you have your Intoxicate by Fede. Maison Alhambra's Kismet Angel was more heavy on honey. This one is slightly heavier on the spices. Khamrah is kind of like taking a detour. It's not exactly duping any of these perfumes. So like for me, Khamrah doesn't fall into the same category. It does fall into the category of whiskey or alcohol or cognac, you know, that kind of like range. And Khamrah also, I feel it's a date heavy, so it smells more like of dates. This one is like spice heavy. So to a untrained nose, they will think you're wearing Angel Share, you know, and this would be rather Intoxicate by Khadlaj. This one like is unisex, but it does lean a little masculine. So women who are very girly or do not like to smell even slight bit masculine, you're gonna have a problem with this perfume. And as a matter of fact, you're gonna have a problem with a lot of these fragrances because these are definitely like on the heavier side. I do have some perfumes reserved for women who like to smell girly and not like borderline masculine. So those are coming up as well. But this one, mind you, it's quite masculine. The projection for this, depending on how much you spray, because it's very heavy, so don't claw yourself. You need to go light-handed. So 4 sprays like is good. It'll project 4 feet. And the longevity of this perfume, like the initial top notes and the middle notes, they will last you around 4 hours, and the base notes kind of go like forever. So you just are constantly wrapped like by this perfume, and anybody who comes close to you, they'll smell this perfume on you the whole day. Season, of course, fall, winter, any time of the day. And I had given this perfume celebrity as Kurt Russell. I know, but you know, like that's what I imagine him sitting in a cabin having a glass of cognac or whatever, wrapped up in a blanket, his dog, shaggy dog, sitting somewhere near him, you know. And this perfume, initially when I had smelled it, I had given it an 8 out of 10. Now I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. So definitely a good perfume for winter. Do try it. These are like exceptionally good perfumes at a very low prices. So now next up, I was waiting for like the climate to get a little cooler, because in Dubai, by the way, it never gets like super cold. We never ever have like snow unless it's on the mountains or something. Like once in a blue moon, once in like 10 years, you'll get some snow and stuff. But like most of the time we have like dry weather, right? So the winters, like kind of during daytime, it goes like 16 degrees centigrade. Otherwise, it doesn't get cooler than that. At night, yeah, it does get cool. So this one is Ard Al Zaafaran Mithqal. Look at the gorgeous bottle. So pretty. To be honest with you, I was super attracted to this perfume just because of the bottle. I was like, so me. This is such a bottle like I want to have, and I just bought it. And this was like super cheap, and I'm assuming everywhere else it'll be cheap, but in Dubai it was quite pricey. I had to order this from US, by the way, so it was pricey from US, because I think my sister got it off Amazon or eBay or something, I don't know, but it was like a packed piece, and I love this perfume. So this is like an aquatic floral but exotic, like it smells oriental, but at the same time it has this aquatic note, but at the same time it's ambery, you know, this color of the perfume, you know. So like it's a very interesting perfume, because like when you smell this, you're just so confused, and a lot of people are interested in this because it has a mango note. Let me tell you the notes for this. So basically on Fragrantica, this has got 3.97, which is not the best, and I can understand why, because this perfume can be polarizing. People are saying this smells like Gris Dior, Bottega Veneta, Roche's Aqua Woman, and this is true. It smells very close to Roche's Aqua Woman, but Gris Dior, Bottega Veneta, I don't think so, because this is missing that what do you call that note? The suede kind of scent. The note, I don't know if it's listed or not over here. No, it's not listed. So okay, so basically the official notes for this on Ard Al Zaafaran is top notes of bergamot, roses and sea notes, which is why the aquatic. The middle notes of roses, lily and hibiscus, and the base notes of, listen to this, mango, amber and musk. I can definitely smell like a mango powder, a dried mango. You know, like you get those dried mangoes that come packed from Philippines, yeah? And they have like a little aftertaste, which is not so nice. But then it reminds me of that mango. It's definitely not freshly cut mango or a juicy mango or a smoothie mango. It's none of that. It's a very dry mango kind of a thing going on. Plus, imagine that mixed with amber and a lot of florals, and that's this perfume. The flowers, although it's mentioned roses in the top notes and the middle notes, it's not rose heavy at all. I just feel like these are supporting notes to the mango amber thing going on, and then you have your aquatic notes, the sea notes, and it smells very pretty. I think this is a very good day or night perfume. You can wear it anytime. Mine is still macerating, by the way. It has that slight gasoline smell going on, which I don't appreciate, so I'm going to still wait, but knowing me, I'm impatient, you know. I'm going to just spray it and, you know, get going. So now this perfume is unisex, but I feel it leans a little masculine. The projection, however, is not that strong. It is like 2 feet, 2.5 feet, like, you know, you spray it and initially when you walk out, it'll like smell strong and everyone can smell you. But once like it dries down, then it'll be a very intimate 1 feet close scent, you know. The longevity also, I don't feel it is like powerful longevity. So for 4 hours, you're good to go. Like you're going strong. You smell very like, people can smell you. But afterwards, it just becomes an intimate scent. So I would top this up after every 4 hours. But that kind of goes with all the Ard Al Zaafaran fragrances. By the way, they're very weak, but they smell very good. My rating for this was 7 out of 10. And I think I had not assigned celebrity to this. Let's switch it up a bit. And I want to go faster because I have like 13 fragrances. And this is part 1. Imagine I have a part 2 with the oud fragrance, but those are 11. So the next one is Afnan's Modest Deux, which is like, people either love it or people absolutely hate it. In my case, I absolutely love it. Oh my god. Okay. So in this case, for this perfume, maceration is a must. So when you get this perfume, you're not gonna like it. Promise, you're not gonna like it. You will smell it, you'll be like, hi, it's interesting, but then does it like do something for you? Not. But then like it's been macerating for me for such a long time because I usually take it out only in winters. And now it has become so beautiful. This is supposed to be a dupe for La Nuit Trésor, but this I would say is the furthest dupe, or actually it is a close dupe for the old La Nuit Trésor, which was the new formulation was 2019, I remember. The one before that, the original, it is the closest to that one. On Fragrantica, this has got 4.26. Of course, it says it smells like La Nuit Trésor, and your top notes are strawberry, raspberry, dark chocolate, and cherry. Middle notes of vanilla and spices, and the base notes of patchouli, gardenia, and musk. Oh my gosh. This is a nice, fruity, musky fragrance, but at the same time, it has dark chocolate, but think of not sweet dark chocolate. This is dark chocolate, like the shavings of the dark chocolate. So, you know, things that you use like while preparing something sweet, you know, but not necessarily sweet. Of course, this perfume does have a lot of sweetness, just like La Nuit Trésor. So if you're not used to sweet fragrances, or if you don't feel like your personality matches that, this is not for you. Otherwise, I feel this is like a priceless, ageless perfume. Anyone can wear it. Young girls, middle-aged people, mature people, anyone can wear this. For me, this will always be in my collection because I just absolutely love it. The vanilla in this is slightly lactonic, but the lactonic note which I like. So although there is musk in this, it's giving me a lactonic note which is not white musk, right? So it does feel like this like creaminess is there, but at no given time does it smell like a pie or a tart or anything like that. Like it doesn't smell like edible, like gourmand. So although this perfume is categorized as a gourmand, just like La Nuit Trésor, I don't really think that it should be classified as an edible perfume. You know, gourmands are like edible ones. So if you like slightly creamy berry kind of fragrance, this you're gonna love it with a slight hint of chocolate. I also layer this one with Choco Musk by Al Rihab. By the way, I should have added that to this. Just gonna quickly mention and put the picture over here. Layer this one with Choco Musk and you'll be like... So this one is definitely a feminine perfume. It's more of a nighttime perfume, definitely meant for winter. The projection is like 3 to 4 feet. The longevity is like 5 to 6 hours. For me, this is like, I want to give it a 10 out of 10. But at the same time, because it's like, I can't wear it all the time, I would give this a 9 out of 10. And the personality, the celebrity I had given this to was Dakota Johnson. Like, can you imagine her, like how she would smell like? This is like so her. It's a beautiful perfume. Everybody will like it. Like, I feel like anybody would smell good with this. You're going to get a lot of compliments. That's why this is like a proper 9 out of 10 for me. So now moving away from that again, the next one is Mohra by Lattafa. This is a fairly new addition to my collection. And I specifically bought this because a lot of you had requested me to review this perfume. And also because I knew winter's coming. So we need more perfumes, more spicy amber perfumes. And this is like a proper woody amber spicy perfume. The moment you look at the packaging, you assume that it is duping something from Penhaligon's, and that's exactly how it is, because this is duping a Helvetii Cedar. So it is not the original Helvetii, the Helvetii Cedar, which is a little bit more woody, which is like what I like about this perfume, the woodiness, the spiciness. You don't easily get this kind of perfume with this kind of quality at this price. It's like amazing. Look at the bottle. So pretty. Especially this cap, you know. And normally I don't like things hanging off my perfumes, but I actually like this. Now, this for me is not a young perfumes, right? So I'm not saying old people should wear this. I'm just saying like very young girls, like below 25, maybe not, unless you're going for like literally for Thanksgiving or for Christmas, or like especially like one of these fall winter celebrations, you can wear it. But otherwise, normally this is for a more mature woman, because this leans very masculine. By the way, for me it's unisex because I'm very used to wearing spicy perfumes, but a lot of you will not appreciate this perfume being feminine because it is extremely spice heavy. So on Fragrantica, this has got 4.24, and this is a spicy oriental. The top notes are saffron, lavender, blood orange and bergamot. Middle notes of black pepper, rose and cashmere, and the base notes of patchouli, sandalwood, cedar, labdanum and musk. The opening is like as if like there's like this dark, ripe, overripe, what do you call it? Plum? Dipped in rum. Plum rum. My silliness is coming out slowly. This is the first video I'm filming of the day, and normally I start off slow, and then by the next video, the second, third video, I'm hyper and like talking like nonsense. The heart of the perfume is woody, spicy, rummy, like it's like thick, like think of rum, plum and spices. Like this is the gist of this perfume. The bottle, the color, everything, it's like so appropriate, because I don't think I could have ever imagined this perfume in any other bottle. And it does smell a little vintage. So I actually like this perfume a lot just because it's an extremely spicy perfume. Out of all these perfumes, I think this is the spiciest one. And there's one more, but I think still this one will top it off, you know. Some spices are not listed. I do smell cinnamon, cardamom, you know, like these kind of notes as well, which is not listed. Over here it just says black pepper, saffron. That's the two spices they've mentioned. Very weird. And you can smell the lavender like very clearly, so it is definitely aromatic as well. This should be strictly worn in winter, and it should be worn in the evening. Like think of like an oversized knit sweater and you're taking your dog for a walk in the woods and it's fall, you know. Beautiful. Or this is more like a guy wearing an oversized sweater walking with his dog, you know. This is definitely Middle Eastern leaning. I forgot to tell it for the other ones. I'll try to put like a sticker or something where it says Middle Eastern leaning or not, you know. The longevity is like so long. Oh my gosh. Like initially I thought this was not like lasting too long. Oh boy, I was so surprised, because like it was like giving me at least 8 hours. The projection is also pretty decent, and it depends on how much you spray. Like literally some perfumes, people ask me how much is it projecting. Initial projection, like it is like, of course it'll smell a lot, right? But then it's like half an hour later, how much does it project? This is like a good 3 feet projection. The rating I had given it 7.5. I have no idea why I had given it 7.5. This is a 9 out of 10 for me. Such a good perfume. Maybe it has macerated a little bit, but I'm liking this so much now. And the celebrity I had given this to was George Clooney. So imagine George Clooney, you know, he wears those oversized knit sweater, how he looks like with his facial hair and this silver black hair, like salt and pepper hair they call it. So let me like get one out, which is like a girly perfume. This is by Khadlaj. This is called Sensuous Nights. Sensuous Night, sorry. But look at the packaging. Stunning. That ombre. Oh, so beautiful. Now, as you can think, like what do you think of when you see this bottle? Like you immediately assume berries or like blackcurrant or rose, you know, like this is so like a, you know, the bottle color, it reminds me of Stella by Stella McCartney, the EDP, not the EDT. The bottle color was exactly like this, the ombre. And I used to love that fragrance so much. So this one is categorized as a fruity floral. The top notes for this are lemon, pineapple and green apple. Middle notes of blackcurrant, rose, jasmine and violet. And the base notes of cedarwood, patchouli, amber and vanilla. I have been spraying this so much. This is a fall winter daytime. So if you are like somebody who doesn't like wearing those heavy rum kind of perfumes, this one is like a super awesome perfume. It's very ladylike. It's very, smells posh. It smells like the bottle. Like I don't know how else to describe it. Like think of like wearing dresses, a dress of this color, like literally an ombre dress, and then you have like gold like accessories, you know. It also has this ruby kind of embellishment. It has notes like the jasmine in this is like so perfect. It's not indolic. You can still smell that jasmine, but like overall I'm not feeling pineapple, lemon. These are really powerful scents, right? Notes, and especially pineapple, because people are so sick and tired of like having pineapple in their fragrances. But the mixture of lemon, pineapple and the green apple, it's smelling completely different. It's not tarty, it's not lemony, it's not like, you know, when you get that ache behind when it's too like tart. This is not tart. Also, it's not screechy. It's very smooth. It's very blended. Then you are like immediately like, you know, when you're smelling it, like the top notes, of course, like you can smell it immediately. But then the more you smell it, you like move, you know, and then you can smell the jasmine and rose. And that is like, it is patchouli heavy. The cedarwood is like kind of like numbing that patchouli, but that sweetness, it's not a dirty patchouli by the way, it's a sweet patchouli. Plus it has amber and vanilla, so that's adding to the sweetness. This is like one of the best fruity perfumes I have. Like they call it fruity floral, but like in my opinion, this is like a very like predominantly fruity fragrance, and I love it. Although like the apple note, you know, it freaks me out, you know, but this one is like, so this is like feminine. I don't see Ali wearing this. I don't see a guy wearing this. Probably if a guy wears this, I'll be like, what? Were you with your girlfriend and you just came here? Who are you with? You know, like that, you know. And the Middle Eastern vibe check is 0. There's no Middle Eastern touch to it at all. The projection for this would be like 3 feet, not more than that. And the longevity is like decent. It's like 6 hours. But I think this is one of those perfumes, because I like that fruitiness on the top, I will probably overspray this. And if I remember, by the way, I have not written the prices for these. I'm going to put them up as stickers, okay? If I'm not mistaken, this is not a very pricey perfume either. So I hope like these are available in your country, because I keep talking about Khadlaj because they have like recently sent me so many perfumes and I just want to like get to know them. I know I have like a lot more Khadlaj perfumes, by the way, but I'm not like directly bringing it to you because I need to study them. They are very new to my collection. This whole brand is very new to me. So I want to like get to know them better and then talk about them. So for me, the season of course is fall winter, but I would prefer wearing this during daytime. You can like mix it with other perfumes to make it darker to wear at night. My rating for this is like 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I have a feeling this is going to darken more because I think the fruits are going to get like a little bit more boozy, because I feel it like changing. Like I feel it like going from fresh to like kind of boozy, like fermented, like I keep saying fermented fruits because like that's how I imagine fruits would smell like if they ferment, and it'll become darker. So I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. Once it like matures, by the way, thank you. I have a follower who explained to me in such clear words. I'll try to pin her comment. She told me maceration happens during the creation process and maturation happens when we already have the perfumes and now it's sitting and like kind of like marinating or whatever you might call it. So from now on, I will not say maceration, I'm going to call it maturation. So once it matures more, I'm sure I'm going to love it so much more. So I wanted to reach that 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 potential. Right now it's 8 out of 10. And the celebrity, I don't know why Jessica Alba came in mind. My gosh, I haven't seen her in a while. Like I remember she used to come in a series where she had like a barcode at back of her neck. I forgot what it was called, but like smells like Jessica Alba. Now let's take turns from like light perfumes to deeper perfumes. Next one is like the deepest and darkest it can get. This is Ishq Shuyukh by Lattafa Pride, the gold edition. This is your suede perfume. It is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance if you're brave to try it. This is probably the simplest perfume in my collection, but it smells very sophisticated. People might think that there's a lot going on, although there's not. I'll tell you why. This is supposed to be duping Rosendo Mateo's number 5, which I'm planning to get, by the way, sooner or later. I want that entire set of 1 to 7. I think they have till 7. So this is an amber vanilla. It's very animalic. On Fragrantica, it's got 4.52, which is a lot. The top notes are caramel and saffron. Imagine now caramel saffron. Have you imagined it? Okay. Now add to it tonka bean and suede leather. It's still sweet, but then you added that suede. And this suede is the softest, smoothest, the most calm suede you've ever smelled. It's not abrasive or it's not like leather, you know, it's not like that. It's like suede, you know. And then the base notes are more sweetness of amber, vanilla and musk. Now think of all that. It smells like an expensive, like a Birkin or something, like a Birkin bag or something. It smells like a very expensive bag and it already comes smelling very good. And then you have some things like you have your cosmetics inside, you have some perfume inside, something sweet like a vanillic perfume, and then like your bag smells like this. You know, when you smell inside the bag, it smells like cosmetics, perfume and the Birkin, you know. It has no oud and yet it is such a beast. This is probably the longest lasting perfume I have, the most projecting perfume I have. Okay, it's probably not the most projecting, but definitely the most long lasting. And it stays very linear, it doesn't change. So this one for me is a 10 out of 10. This perfume, I know it's a dupe, so I should give it 9 out of 10, but you know what? I don't have Rosenda Mateo right now, so this is 10 out of 10 for me. I love it so much. But you need to be gutsy to wear this because this is so bold. It's a confident perfume. So this is definitely winter, evening, more so an occasion wear, or if you're trying to impress someone. The projection is like you come in the room and after you leave the room, it'll still smell of you. This is one of those, you know. And the longevity is 8+ hours. Like, I'm not going to give it a cap, it's 8+. And the celebrity I had given this to was Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, it smells like him, like chilling in a suit, you know, looking all cool. It's very Scorpio energy, by the way, and I think Matthew McConaughey is a Scorpio. I'm sure a lot of y'all were waiting for this perfume. It's Khamrah by Lattafa. So why is it different from Kilian's Angel Shea? This one is super fresh. The apple in this is like a freshly cut apple. It's not boozy. It is date sweet, not like any other kind of sweet. It's much less spicy. It has like tangy notes of bergamot. So this is like categorized as not an amber perfume. This is categorized as an aromatic spicy, which is why the other ones are like all amber perfumes, right? This one on Fragrantica got 4.41, and of course it's compared to Kilian's Angel Shea. The top notes for this are cinnamon, nutmeg and bergamot, middle notes of date, praline, tuberose and mahogany, and the base notes of vanilla, tonka bean, benzoin, myrrh, amberwood and akigala wood. I don't know, it's like, it's not, they have not listed apple, but I can clearly smell like a fresh cut apple. Like, you know, you slice the apple and that smell you get, it's that. By the way, the word Khamrah means alcohol in Arabic. So the spices like the nutmeg and cinnamon are like very toned down. So you're not like getting overwhelmed with that spices. So I feel this is more like unisex leaning feminine, not masculine. Although people will disagree with me because a lot of people still find this being very, very masculine. And the cinnamon in this, you know, like because of the nutmeg, I guess it smells a little, I know spices will give you spicy, but you know, spicy in the sense, spicy, like when you taste your food and you feel like chili, like spicy, you know, like I feel like when you put your nose to it and smell it, it smells like spicy with the spices. But the woody base note of this is unbelievably good, but it's not as deep as Intoxicate, for example. This one is more airy. So if you're trying to find like a alcoholic kind of perfume, not alcoholic as in smells like alcohol or rubbing alcohol, something which smells like cognac or whiskey or something like that, but it has fresher notes, this is the one for you. It's categorized as a unisex and leaning towards masculine. In my opinion, this smells like more feminine than the other perfumes of the dupes of Angel Shea, you know. The projection for this is like a good like 3 to 4 feet, and the longevity 6+ hours. Ultimately, it becomes like a skin scent. So like you will still smell it, but you'll smell it like more like of a vanilla, woody, slightly spicy fragrance. I had given this perfume to Catherine Zeta-Jones, and I had said how she's aging like fine wine, like, you know, something precious, like a bottle that's sold for like thousands of dollars, you know, it's like, it smells like that. And I'd given it a 10 out of 10, but now I want to kind of withdraw a little bit. I'm going to give this like a 9 out of 10 because I'm liking it, but I feel this one, definitely I'll wear it during daytime because I would want it to like that freshness to be there during daytime, not at night. But at night, I'll mix it probably with something more warm, like Khamrah, sorry, not Khamrah, but like Nebras Gold or something, and then see what happens. Or even Choco Musk for that matter. I think anything that will be a little bit more sweeter to this will make it smell really, really good.